Happy holidays, my friends. It's Catherine from CatherinePooler.com. We're going to use these fun products on today's quick card. They are all linked below, whether you're on YouTube or on my blog. I love the Rockin Red and Lime Rickey ink pads for the holidays, and we're going to be using some of our candy stamps, the candy canes. We're going to use some holly and berries, and we're also using the Peppermint Twist Cover Plate. The first thing I'm going to do for this card is create a frame. So I use these stitch square dies, the largest two, and die cut one inside the other. This creates a frame. And then I have the Peppermint Twist Cover Plate, and I'm just going to pop out all those little pinwheel pieces. Save those for another project. You can use them for a shaker card or an accent on a card. They're cute little candy cane peppermints, but they can also be used as little pinwheels for the spring. Now I wanted the peppermints to be just inside the frame, so I took the larger outer piece or the larger square die that I used to cut the frame, and I die cut my cover plate piece out of that. Then I adhered it to my frame. Then I can take my frame peppermint twist piece and adhere it straight to my card and have a white on white look. If you add foam tape to the back and then add it to your card, you're going to get some dimension. So you'll see a little bit of shadow from the peppermint twist pieces onto the card layer below it, and it just gives interest and added dimension to your project. Now, I said you could do this white on white, or maybe you want to do it white on red. So I just took my Rockin Red ink pad. Our ink pads are on foam, and the ink transfers really easy out of the foam pad. So when you do direct to paper on cardstock, just a couple swipes, and just like that, you have Rockin Red cardstock. So here I'm just adding on some foam tape onto this piece. If you also added a piece of acetate onto the back of the frame piece, you could then do your foam tape and then make a shaker card. You guys, if you watch me on YouTube and Facebook, you see me make shaker cards all the time. I don't know how I resisted on this card because it would be totally cute to do this as a shaker card as well. But I wanted to keep this card a little bit more on the simple side, so I just went for a straight layer. The candy cane, I really like die cutting my pieces and then stamping on top. It does take a little bit of practice for lining up, and I don't always get it lined up perfectly. So I usually die cut a few extra pieces while I'm at it, so I have extra on hand in case I don't get it on straight. You can also stamp and then line your die cut and then send it through your die cutting machine. Whatever way works easiest for you is the way you should do it. And then just a little bit of Bearly Arts glue. I love the really fine precision tip on this glue. And I'm adding the candy cane to my frame. I also added the Candy Cane Wishes sentiment. That is from our Sweetest season stamp set, which is full of fun holiday candies, which can be used for other occasions, not just Christmas. And then I'm adding the holly and berries from the Stocking Stuffers stamp set. I've built all of my pieces onto a card layer, and then I'm just going to adhere that to a card front, and I'm all done. I really love this card layout, and I feel like challenging myself. Maybe I should challenge you to use this idea and see how many different ways you can execute the design. Think about all the different cover plates you have in your stash that you could use instead of the peppermint twist. Think about maybe a piece of patterned paper or maybe a stenciled design. And then instead of a candy cane, maybe you could do a little Christmas tree or a couple snowflakes or a set of pine cones. I would love to see what you come up with. If you share on social media, be sure to tag us so we can find your creations. And head over to shop.catherinepooler.com, and we have all the products over there for you if you want to copy this card just how I made it. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you again soon.